Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody which doesn't infringe a copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Key to the sound. Breakup TV. Breakup TV. Breakup TV.
Welcome to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions,
The #1 reactionary channel on YouTube.
I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
Breakup TV.
Welcome to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. I'm your host, Ringo, and we are back with another one. Welcome to the stream. As you come into the building, make sure you get the likes up. We got a lot of things to talk about right now. We're dealing with a particular rapper. He appears to be going through some issues. It's pretty much trending right now, and we got to talk about it. I believe this is one of those topics that I've been covering for a very long time, and a lot of times people are just not listening, they're not paying attention in class. But this particular young brother is interesting. He has a situation going on with his ex. I guess he broke up or they broke up, whatever the case is. He goes by the name NLE Choppa. Pretty much in this video here, he explains the breakup from Marissa, says he didn't feel free. And see, a lot of you guys, you're gonna go through what he's going through. As you become more mature, as you grow, you're gonna go through these episodes where you're gonna look at your life and you're gonna be like, why am I with one woman? It just doesn't make any sense. I got these desires. I'm doing what I gotta do. I mean, I'm pretty sure the guy had a lot of love for the woman, but he wasn't happy because he was basically being emasculated. And it's what a lot of guys go through in today's day, and a lot of women, they don't understand this. I talk about the topic of polygyny in terms of a man having more than one wife, more than one concubine. I've been teaching on this for years. And every time I teach on these topics, women get in their feelings. They start to, I guess, avoid the topic. Like, I'll have a lot of women, they'll be like, Ringo, I love all your videos, but anytime you talk about polygyny, I don't agree. To each his own. These are the things we normally get. Now, every relationship today is gonna fail. If you're in a relationship right now and you're a woman, I'm here to tell you that your relationship is going to fail. The reason why it's gonna fail is because you don't understand a man's nature. You're trying to control him. You're trying to make a man be with you and you only, not realizing that men were not built that way. So every relationship you get in is gonna fail. This is why it seemed like you've been in so many different relationships, man after man after man, body count going through the roof, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids out of wedlock, baby daddies everywhere, heartache, nothing but trauma and pain. You read all these books about relationship, you visit a therapist all the time, and you're just going through hell. And it's all because you're insecure. You're not secure in the fact that you have a guy that is good, a guy that actually loves you and care about you. You're more concerned with what woman he's with. And it seems to be driving you crazy. And this is one of the reasons why none of these relationships will ever work today. Because of the insecurities. If women are never going to settle down and recognize that a man is a man and that a man is going to deal with more than one woman, and you're not secure in understanding your position and role, you're going to be miserable for the rest of your lives. This is why I don't waste my time with modern women. If a woman is not on my program, I don't waste my time because I don't got no time to waste because it's not going to work anyway. And she can go, she can go find a guy that she believes is going to be just with her. It's never going to happen. A guy is going to get some other woman eventually. That's just his nature. He can't stop it. Now, this particular young guy here, he's doing his thing, making money. The woman probably figure, well, like, I'm with him. Why would he want anybody else? Not realizing that as men, having more than one woman is very important to a man. It's not a game. It's not something of, you have to be a man to understand this. Now, you got guys out there that just want to pump and dump, but then you got guys that genuinely want to build with women. And when I say build, I'm not talking about she got bricks in her hand. I'm talking about you got guys that really want to guide a woman, teach her, have children with her, and they genuinely have feelings for a woman. And they're very caring men, and they want to have a lot of companionship with a woman and so forth. But unfortunately, women today, they don't understand this. This is why as a man, when you try to share your feelings with a woman, she begins to throw it back in your face, or she'll try to shame you for sharing your feelings. And this is why a lot of guys grow cold-hearted and they refuse to open up. So this is why you got guys that just go out there just to have sex with women and they don't really care. They became cold-hearted. And it's because of all of the different issues they dealt with women, and rightfully so. You can't blame them. I mean, when women have did these guys dirty, these guys tried to be the nice guy, the good guy, and it's like it just fails all the time. Modern women don't appreciate quality men. So in this particular brother situation, he's going to explain his story. Now, I didn't even view the video yet. I kind of seen it on somebody else's page. I kind of looked at it and whatnot. A couple of people sent me the clip, and I just pretty much found the source video. And I'm going to review it with you at the same time so we could kind of understand what's going on. But I know there's something about this particular clip where he's talking about how he wanted to practice or desired more than one woman. And he made it very clear to Marissa. And based on his testimony, she agreed. And then later, I guess, backtrack from that position. Now, this goes back to all my lessons on polygyny, on how you'll have women that you'll talk to them and it's like they ready to rock with you. And then later down the road, they switch up on you. This is why as a brother, you just got to be a man and not wait for a woman to decide what she want to do. Just be a man. You know what I mean? She'll get over it, fam. And this is why I always say, if a woman is really rocking with you, she know what kind of man you are from the jump. That's why I don't understand why women be in their feelings when we talk about the topic of polygyny. If a guy loves you and he's providing for you and he's protecting you and he's guiding you, and you know it's difficult in this day to find that, why would you try to sabotage a relationship with a guy like that? Why would a woman avoid men like that? Because he wants more than one woman? You don't think that as a man he deserves more than one woman? What do you think? You're the only one for him? Do you really think you can do everything for that man? You can't. And modern women don't understand that. And this is why they're going to be single for the rest of their natural lives, because they believe that somehow they can control your manhood. So we're going to take a listen to this particular story, find out what he got to say. Again, as you come into the stream, just click the like button so we could go on this journey, bring out this truth. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Jacob Jennings, rapper. His name, I keep messing up his name, Tay. I'm not sure, I can't see the name too far along. Okay, we got y'all in the building, all right. Okay, so let's take a look at the tape, find out what he got to say, and then break it down accordingly. Now, understand this is a reactionary video. As a reactionary video, my job is to share commentary and criticism. If you want to hear the entire video in its entirety without me stopping the tape, then go to another platform and watch the video. On here, we do reviews. We do reactions, which mean you play the video, you stop, and you talk. If you don't want to hear me talk, leave, because it don't make no sense you're here. What's the point of you coming here so I could press play for you, so you could view the whole video without me speaking? Makes no sense. If you're here, it's because you want to hear me react to the video. Now that we got that cleared, let's get the volume up and let's play the tape, find out what he got to say. Let's go.
Something I've been contemplating and thinking about doing, but I'm at the point in my life to where I'm tired of letting narratives be strewn out, or like, you know what I'm saying, or just things be perceived as one stance and don't even hear at least a side of the person's story, which is my side, even the other person's side, and then even the truth. So
see, what he's basically doing here is he want you to hear his testimony, because I don't know what Marissa had to say. I'm not following these folks. I don't even know who this dude is. Never heard none of his music. Don't know nothing about him. All I know is that it's a trending story and we're going to talk about it because it deals with relationships issues. But based on what he's talking about here, there appears to have been some sort of breakup, and it is possibly alleged that the ex is putting out info probably about him, which is making him look bad, being that he has a celebrity status. He don't want the narrative that's put out there to make him appear as if though he's a bad guy, or as if though he did something dirty to her. So he want you to hear what he got to say now.
I just want to come here to present three sides of the story from my perspective of what has going on in my supposedly been private life. But you know, once all the stuff hit the net.
There is nothing private when you are a celebrity. When you are a celebrity and you have a platform and you are an artist and you have a woman that's on Instagram with all of these photos and all of this provocative stuff, there is nothing private. Everybody's going to know your personal business. That's just the nature of the beast.
It's not more so private, so I might as well publicly let people know what's going on, just so it's not no narrative speculating about.
People are going to continue to speculate. People are going to always make up stories. They're going to be people that are going to fabricate lies. That's the way the internet works. You should know this.
My name, once again, behind a female or behind anything. So get used to me addressing certain things. A lot of times people say, oh, the best response is quiet, silence, or not to respond to something. But
not necessarily. Anytime people tell you that the best response is not saying nothing, that's actually the worst response. There comes a time when you got to speak, and then there comes a times when you have to just stay quiet. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times if you stay quiet, people assume that what someone is talking about concerning you must be the truth because you're not saying nothing. So you must be guilty about it. You know, so there's a time when you got to speak to defend yourself. And then there's a time when people are posting lies and a bunch of, untruths. At that point, it don't make no sense you respond, because now if you respond, now you look like you're guilty again. You understand what I'm saying? You have to understand the circumstances. There's a time to speak, then there's a time to be quiet and not say anything. Let's go.
I just be fed up, and it's not even with who I deal with. It's more so fed up with the people and their point of views and how they view people or celebrities.
You're going to have people that's going to view you. There are going to be people that will critique you. They're going to judge you. That's just the way the internet works. You're a celebrity. You have some sort of status. You're in the spotlight. People are going to talk about you. And if you have a relationship and it goes south, trust and believe, everybody's going to look at everything you've been doing thus far with said woman, and they're going to judge you. And they're going to blame you because they're going to say, oh, it's you. It's your fault. You didn't make her happy because you were out here cheating. You were out here with all these different women. They're going to blame you. But let's hear what he got to say.
As if they're not human and don't have feelings as the next person, you know. So with that being said, I just wanted to address everything I could just let out so y'all can understand the outlook on the type of relationship I had with Marissa, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot, so people can better understand what's really going on. Cause I'ma say it if no one else is. So to begin, I take full blame, full accountability, full responsibility of all my actions, what I put myself in, and just the outcome of any situation, because within the process of any situation occurring, you always had a chance to separate from it, step out from it, or not to allow something in your presence. With that being said,
But why are you taking full responsibility for a breakup? I mean, you're a man, right? Based on your testimony, you talked about how, you didn't feel like you were free. So you also addressed that said woman agreed to a certain lifestyle that you had in terms of having more than one woman. And then she later on backpedaled from that. So there's really no need for you to apologize or take any sort of responsibility for anything. You're just being a man at this point. And if she want to move on because she can't deal with the fact that, you're popular, you probably have a lot of women that are throwing themselves at you. That's normal for a man. So it's like, you shouldn't have to feel some type of way for being a man. And this is unfortunate, but a lot of women tend to make guys feel as if though they have to lower their masculinity. And it's like they're emasculating these brothers. And now you got to come out publicly to explain yourself to the public. It doesn't make sense. See, this is the part where you should just keep it moving and not really focus on trying to explain anything to the people in the public. Because first of all, everybody in the public really don't give a fuck about you. Let's just keep it 1,000. I'm keeping it $1. See, here on Ringo TV Reactions, we don't sugarcoat nothing. We're going to give you the understanding on what's taking place here, and we're going to be real with you. On the internet, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. You're just entertainment. You help us get through the day. So your story and whatever drama you're going through will just cause people to have a conversation. So nobody don't know you personally, and they don't know that woman personally, but it's a story. So all the blogs are going to get it. All the tabloids, they're going to get the story, and everybody's going to act like they really care, like they wanted you to be in love with this woman. Nobody cares. Actually, people are more happy that you broke up. You know what I mean? Because now it's like, yes, she broke up with him. Maybe, you're going to have a couple of sisters. They're going to want to holler at you now because they figure, you broke up with her. Now it's like they can take her spot. So it's all fun and games. The public loves stuff like this. That's just the nature of the beast. That's how the internet works. This is why a lot of times when people talk about you, you shouldn't get in your feelings about it. Just focus on your work and do you. But you don't have to explain why you're a man. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody in the public because, again, nobody really cares. People really don't care about you. They act like they do. You're going to learn this. See, this is a younger guy, so he probably don't understand how the game works. But on the internet, nobody really cares about you. You're just entertainment for people at the end of the day.
I learned a new saying recently, and it resonated with what happened in the process of just dealing with a person or dealing with her. And before I even get into depth, lovely woman, best relationship I've ever had. She's the most loving, she's the sweetest, kindest person. So this video ain't to diss her. This video is for y'all to better understand what she's going through and what I'm going through. By far, she is the most brilliant woman I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? So
see, at this point, bro, I think that there's certain things you need to just don't talk about because you're going to give her fuel and you're going to give the public everything they want. You don't have to talk about she's the most brilliant this and she's the most this and she's that and all this other stuff. You don't have to go into all of those details. What you got to focus on is the fact that you were in a relationship and you felt trapped. You were in a relationship and you didn't feel free. You got to focus on what the real problems is so that the next woman that come into your world will understand how you move as a man. If that woman did not adapt to you, she really don't give a fuck about you, bro. Like, this is something that you guys got to understand. Like, y'all be getting y'all feelings all too involved with this woman. If she's not cooperative with who you are, first of all, you're a celebrity, you're a rapper. I don't know you personally. At the end of the day, you have success. So as a man that have success and you have the spotlight, she have to know how to play her position. Why? Because there's a lot of other women out here that would love that spot. So if she's trying to emasculate you and control you to the point where you're locked down just to her, right? That's a bad situation for you, because you know deep down inside that you're not happy about that. You explain to the woman, like, look, this is how I move. I'm a young guy. I'm not really trying to just be with one woman. You know, you laid your cards on the table. You were honest with her. See, this is what I've been teaching for a very long time. And these women, they just don't get it. They say they want a man that's going to be honest, a man that's going to be upfront and truthful. But the minute you open up as a brother and tell a woman exactly how you move, it's like they start crying. They get into their feelings. And I don't understand this. It's like, what do you want, ladies? Like, do you want a man to be honest and truthful with you, or do you want him to lie? Because if it was just all about lying, you know, men can lie to you all day and get away with murder. You know what I'm saying? But if a guy tell you straight up, like, look, I'm really feeling you. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love for you. Want to be there in your life and love and take care of you and all that other stuff. At the same time, I'm not just going to be with just you. You know, it might be another sister that, you know, I find interest in, and I may want to deal with her too. I may want to have children with her. You know, do you understand how I'm moving? I need for you to understand, because I don't want to move forward and then later on down the line, you want to start crying and talking about I'm cheating on you. I'm not cheating on you. I'm telling you straight up, this is how I move. I'm a man. I'm not going to sit here and allow myself to be emasculated and trapped down to one woman for the rest of my life. That doesn't even make no sense, fam. You know, as a man, you have a nutsack with billions of sperm cells. You're supposed to mate with women, not in the context of being a whoremonger male, you know, but in the context of building generational wealth, building family structure, and so forth. The problem with modern women is that they never really encountered a good guy, so they don't know the difference. You know, there's a difference between a nice guy and a good guy. You know what I'm saying? A nice guy is a pushover. He's the type of guy that would just do whatever is necessary to please other people. You know, a good guy has ethics. He has morals and standards. He have a way in which he live his life that brings quality to the table. And unfortunately, a lot of women never dealt with guys like that. They only dealt with toxic men. So when they get around a quality man, they don't even know what to do. This is why they ghost you, or they just get frustrated and just go their way. Half of you ladies literally got rid of men that was supposed to be your husband. He was the perfect guy for you. But because you're superficial and you want to emasculate men and control them, you don't give them the opportunity, right? It's going to be detrimental to your health when it comes to dealing with a man in the future. You're gonna run away all the good men. And then you're going to grow old. And by the time you're 40, 45, that's when you're going to want that good man. It's going to be too late, because you gave the best years of your life to the worst possible men while never settling down with a guy that could have been good for you. This particular brother, not knowing his relationship situation, but it appears as though him and that particular woman probably was all lovey-dovey, and he was cool with that, but he wanted to deal with other women. And for whatever reason, she got in her feelings about that, because she figured, well, I look good. There should be no reason you would want another woman but me. And see, that's the problem in America. Once these women get, you know, into that world, they believe that they can control a man. And this is why all of you ladies keep losing men, because you want to control their manhood. Let's go.
That's another thing I hate, when people comfort her in the sense of, or talk down on her, or talk about her. She's just very emotional, but she is the most brilliant woman I've ever had. She showed me what loyalty was. She showed me women still cook. You know what I'm saying? She showed me true love, you know what I'm saying? And I'm mature enough to know to say that I wasn't ready for it. But within me saying I wasn't ready for it, not only am I telling y'all that, I always let her know that. I always let her know that from day one.
See, if you're going to tell a woman that you weren't ready for true love because you're saying she cooked, she this, she showed you this, but you weren't ready, then what you're essentially telling the public. And see, this is why there's a time to speak and then there's a time not to speak. See, the way you're talking at this point by saying you weren't ready for that, you're basically saying that you were just with her to have sex with her. That's what you're essentially telling her. You're telling the whole public that you're not with her because you see her as wife material. You just see her as material to use for your personal pleasure or eye candy so that you look good in public. That's what you're basically saying. And that comes across the wrong way. This is why it's none of our business to actually talk about these things or any sort of feelings that you have with this particular woman publicly. But now we're going to talk about it because you made it everybody's business. See, this is the problem with the internet. See, there was a time when people had relationships and they kept their relationship in their relationship. They didn't come on social media to actually talk about their relationship, right? But being that you're doing that because of a breakup, you believe that we really care. At the end of the day, we don't care. Nobody really cares. You just made it entertainment for other people. Now, I'm going to use this for educational purposes so that people can learn the nature of a man from a woman and so on and so forth so that they can understand the relationship dynamic. Let's go.
So let me get into depth with just the timeline. First and foremost, I hit her, and the first thing I told her was in her DM, I was like, keep your ring finger open for me. And I never even knew her, never even got the chance to speak to her. I just loved what I saw, you know what I'm saying, from the outside looking in. And I meant it. At that present moment, I meant it, you know what I'm saying? She was going through a breakup during the time, so it took her a while to text me back or whatever. But when she finally did, we used to just get on the phone or whatnot and just chop it up. And every time I talked to her, I always knew it was something she was hiding. And what she was hiding was her feelings.
Like every woman hides their feelings. That's nothing new. See, you'll have a lot of women out there that will be interested in you and they won't even share their thoughts. They're so concerned with what you may think or whatever the case is, and they'll hide their true feelings of what they're going through. It could be a problem. It could be fears that they have, a fear of rejection, a fear of a breakup. They may be vulnerable, scared that if they were to entertain you, that you may end up using them and leaving them. So there's a lot of different issues that women bring to the table that can be problematic in the beginning. And this is why it's very important for people to be transparent when they get involved with other people and actually communicate. I really don't know why people be shy around other people. It really makes no sense. All of that socially awkward type stuff, you got to get that stuff out of the way. Let people know exactly where you are. That way you can move forward without any sort of distractions. So let's hear what he got to say. Let's go.
And so the saying that I've learned recently that resonated with the relationship that we had was to never catch a falling knife. And I feel like she caught one as well because I was in the process of trying to heal from something myself. It wasn't relationship-wise, but hers was a relationship thing, and I had my different journey I was trying to heal from. And I feel like we both took a pit stop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we both stopped at the same gas station just to fill up, you know what I'm saying, to keep going with our journey. And once we stopped at that gas station, we got distracted from what we was trying to heal from, and we still had traumas, pain, things to do mentally to go within self to conquer, to fight before we could be prepared to jump in something new.
And see, that's one of the biggest problems with people when they get into relationships is that you're coming to the table with trauma. You're coming to the table with baggage from a previous relationship. And, you know, anytime I hear women talking about they need time to heal and, you know, they're going through this and they're dealing with that, you know what I mean? That's problematic because what's going to end up happening is the woman is going to put you as the new guy. She's going to put her price higher. In other words, she gave the previous guy the best years of her life. She opened up to him, did a lot of things for him. But when you come in, now the price got higher. So now you're going to pay for the sins of the previous guy. So now she's going to treat you a certain way and possibly blame you for why she's not happy. So now you're going to have to deal with all of her insecurities. You know, you got to bring her flowers, hearts, and candy. You got to remember anniversaries. You got to do all of this stuff. You got to walk on eggshells, literally, with this woman. And that right there is problematic because now you're not going to be happy. Imagine you buying flowers, hearts, and candy every time to make a woman happy. And you're doing all of this work and she's still not satisfied because she's still insecure due to the trauma and all the issues she dealt with in the past. So people like that shouldn't even be in relationships because all you're going to do is bring misery to another person at the end of the day.
I hope y'all understand that. So pretty much, she was coming off a breakup. I was coming off my own, you know what I'm saying, whatever, which is personal to me. I don't really want to share it.
You need to share it because if you're not sharing it, that means you keeping it inside too. You already made it public knowledge that you're going through something, but you're not sharing it. So you're not even being truthful and honest yourself. That's problematic as well because what other things are you hiding? What other things are you hiding from the woman in general? See, this is very problematic. If you're going to open your mouth and talk, then talk. But don't come on camera and say you're going through something, but you're not going to explain it because there might be somebody else that's going through what you're going through and they need you to speak up so that they now can have the knowledge and understanding on how to overcome. Don't get on the microphone to speak if you're not prepared to talk about the issues. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So she was coming off a breakup. I was coming off what I was coming off of. But in a sense, I was still more healed than she was because I just felt it was something, you know what I'm saying? I always felt it was something when I got on the phone with her or whatever. And one day she finally opened up to me and she cried. And it was like one of those cries to where it's a concerning cry. So I'm like, you know what? I said, this not a girl that you just say something to her, you fuck with, woo-de-woo. Oh, you say that, you fuck her. And then you slowly kind of like drift away from her because that's how I treated a lot of women during that time because I wasn't ready for no relationship. I knew deep down.
He wasn't ready for a relationship, but he was ready to smash and dash. You see that? He wasn't ready for a relationship. What he was ready for is just having sex with women, which is typical of a lot of these guys that are immature and they don't know how to deal with a woman. The reason why the majority of these women have a lot of trauma and a lot of baggage and they're going through a lot of mental stress is because of all the men that done smashed and dashed them. Every time a woman sleep with a man, she goes through a metamorphosis. The soul ties are connected. She literally have and embody demons from different men. All the toxic guys she ever dealt with, all of those guys, all of their traits, their personalities is now a part of her. Do you understand me? This is what most women are going through today. Every relationship, ladies, anytime you have sex with a man, if he's a toxic, wicked man, you're taking on demons. And this is why you're going through all the trauma. And for most of you, those soul ties will be with you for the rest of your natural life until you die. Why? Because you're dealing with demons. You're dealing with the evil nature of the man that you slept with, right? And now his personality rubbed off on you. Now you're wondering why you got all of these mood swings, why you got this attitude, why you flipping out, why you're so jealous, anxious, argumentative. You have this masculine spirit about yourself. You lost your femininity. You're wondering what happened to you. It's like you lost your way. You don't even know who you are anymore because of all the different men you dealt with. They drain your essence. They drain your spirit. You had a pure spirit at one time. There was one time you were this pure sister that, I mean, you had it all going for yourself. And you gave yourself to some dude. He drained your soul, took away your innocence. And before you know it, now you're all used up. You're like a dried up raisin. There's nothing there anymore. And it's like you lost your way. You're soulless. You don't even know who you are anymore. So you go to relationship looking for happiness only to get worse. And it seemed like every guy you get with, it's the same exact guy that you previously was with, but in a new body. New face, same demon. Happens all the time. But you know what? When I speak about these issues, modern women, they don't listen to nothing until they literally go through hell and hot waters. Then later on, they hit me up in the DMs talking about, Ringo, you were right. Could you help me with this? And what I do, I just put them right on the block list because I got no time to entertain you. If you're not going to listen to the truth when it's given, you're going to learn the hard way.
I wasn't. So in this instance, I said, this girl don't need nobody, so fuck her. This girl don't need nobody to mind fuck her, manipulate her. This girl needs somebody that really care for her.
And that's exactly what a lot of women need. But a lot of brothers don't understand that. A lot of you guys, when you get with women, the first thing you want to do is get between their legs and do what you want to do, not realizing that this woman came from a lot of rough situations. Sometimes you just got to meet up with a sister and just vibe with her, talk to her. And, you know, y'all just have good communication and open up and let her talk about the things that she's been through. And before you know it, she start to realize like, wow, this is, in fact, a good brother here. You're not just looking to get in my pants. You're not just looking for this. And it's like you really have conversation. You want to know about me. And she's experiencing something different with you. But a lot of guys, they're not communication. They don't know. They don't have the communication skills to actually talk with a woman. They don't know how to do that because they're thirsty for vagina. You understand? If a woman really feeling you, eventually all of those things are going to happen. You're going to end up having sex with her. It's just normal. But the point that I'm making as men, you got to learn to actually have a communication situation with a woman that when you're talking to her and you get to know her and she get to know you and you have that sense of, I guess you're able to communicate the things you're interested in, what you like, what you don't like. She's able to open up more because it seems like when you meet people nowadays, everybody's hiding who they really are. It's like everybody just come to you with their representative and nobody don't want to show who they really are. We see this on social media where women come to you, they use fake avatars, they use fake photos, they use filters. They're not expressing who they really are. And then when you see them in person, you're like, wow, you look totally different. Like, why did you have to lie about who you were? It's because they don't love themselves, you know? They really don't. Just like a lot of guys, they acting like they're more successful than they really are. Why? Because they want to impress some woman. They figure, well, I can't be myself because she may not like me if she realized that, you know, I don't live in this particular state or if I don't drive this particular car. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to act like I got a nice car by going to the dealership and taking photos in front of cars. I mean, this is just some ridiculous stuff, but people do it all the time.
Girl needs a friend. And that was my intentions from the very beginning.
He said that the girl needs a friend, that his intentions was to be a friend. Number one, bro, men and women are not friends. When you see a woman that you like, you're not trying to be her friend. Your intentions when you got with that woman was to smash. Just be honest. Just be real. Don't sugarcoat nothing. The reason why I'm saying this is because you said that she cooks and she's this, but you wasn't really ready to have no relationship. So if you wasn't ready by now, you're talking about what your intentions was just to like be her friend. Bro, at this point, that's cap. As soon as you saw her, you wanted to smash. See, as a man, you got to be honest because women know this already. If I see a sister and I'm interested in her, trust and believe I want to hit it. It's like that's normal. You're a man. You're supposed to. Men don't go to women wanting to be their friend. We don't do stuff like that. That's not manly. That's not masculine. We don't go to women saying, hey, I want to be your friend. Especially if she look good. We ain't trying to be her friend. We trying to hit. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. But see, I want men to focus more on their communication skills when talking to women. Because a lot of guys they're so thirsty that you don't even know how to talk to a lady. Don't you know that the way to her heart, the way to her pants, for lack of better words, is communication? The more you communicate to a woman and she's really feeling you, that's what creates the desires in her to want you. It's your communication to her. It's not you, just thirsty and just trying to get with her and figuring, okay, I got money. She's going to do whatever I want. That's not how it works. You can have money and a woman still not want to sleep with you. It's the vibe that you give. It's the way you make her feel, and it's all about that experience that makes that woman really enjoy your company. And a lot of guys, they don't know how to do that. Do women feel comfortable when they're around you? Do you excite them? Do you make them feel young again, for lack of better words? Do you spark that interest in them when you're communicating? All of those things are very important. So all of that friend talk, I don't want to hear that. Your interest when you first seen her was to have sex, right? That was your intentions. Just be honest about it now, right? Now, you can also, at the same time, when you meet a woman, your motives, and your interest is actually to build with her and get to know her. Those are things you got to talk about. But it sounds conflicting when you say you weren't ready for a relationship. If you weren't ready for a relationship, then everything else is capped. That means that your motives and intentions were pretty much sexual. It had nothing to do with relationships. That's why I'm not buying all of that friend talk right now.
Heart space from the beginning was to be a friend to her and help her through a time period that was rough for her.
No man is trying to help a woman through some hard time. We're not trying to do that. You like her, you wanted to smash. Men do not waste time trying to help a woman get through some problem. We don't do stuff like that. That's what a woman does. Women go to women for that type of comfort. You understand? If anything, you're trying to make her your woman. That's what you should be trying to do. Not be a woman's friend.
It was a rough patch. She didn't know what to do. She told me everything from the standpoint of what was going on, and I could tell, like, if she was being one-sided, I could tell she was telling the whole truth. And within that process, I was like, okay, as men, this is what we do when we know a woman won't move on. So it was like I was pretty much giving her game on what was really going on in her current situation. I'm like, as a male, we do this because we know y'all aren't strong enough to do this, So just letting her know, like, he's doing that because of this, or this is happening because of this.
Why were you doing all of that for? Why were you telling her stuff regarding her situation? You said that she was going through a breakup. So basically, you were doing what you were doing to move in. You knew she was vulnerable at that time. You were running game. You were basically telling her all of the things that she needed to hear so that she could break up and move on and forget about the old guy so that she could get with you. That was the game that you were running on her at that point. Let's just keep it 1,000.
And I feel like a lot of men won't do that if they're trying to get something out of you. But me, I was just trying to be a friend.
You weren't trying to be a friend. Listen, we got to stop playing games as men. You were not trying to be a friend. A guy is not trying to be a woman's friend that he's interested in. We don't do that as men. If I'm in front of a woman and I like her, I'm trying to fuck her. I'm not trying to be her friend. Who's doing that? Men don't do that. So what you're talking about here makes no sense. Men that are interested in women are not trying to be friends. She can go to women to get that type of support. I'm not there for that. You understand me? I'm not trying to make a woman my friend. I don't want a friend. I want a woman, not a friend. And see, this is one of the problems with guys, that they run game on women trying to act friend. This is why you go in the friend zone. Because see, you're trying to be a friend. Men don't do that. You were running game because you thought, I can't go this route. See, you weren't being honest. In the beginning, you were not being honest. You act like you were a friend, and that's probably won her over to you because she thought you were a different kind of guy. And then the guy who you are right now eventually came out in terms of you wanting to deal with more than one woman. So at first, you were this guy that you would talk to her, you would be on the phone, and I mean, she felt so comfortable with you because she was like, man, this guy listens to me. He hears my cry, my stories. You were being that kind of guy. So now the story can kind of get a little interesting because it's like, in the beginning, you were one way. And then later on, now you have these new feelings of, well, I want to be with more than one woman. That can come across as problematic to her. Like, wow, it looked like you changed. You get what I mean? Even though as a man, it's normal for you to have more than one woman, the way you came off to her in the beginning as this friend, that looked like it changed and she's seeing something different. It's like you're not really listening to her now. It's like, okay, in the beginning you were there, but now it's like you want things your way and she's not willing to compromise because you spoiled her along the way. You were her friend when you weren't supposed to be that. Let's go.
I know where the manipulation was and where it wasn't. And within that process,
now notice what he's just doing. Notice
this.
Notice what he's doing here. He's telling her about the manipulation or whatever the situation that happened with some other guy and her. So basically he's running the game. It's sort of like you see a woman you like, she's telling you that she's going through a breakup, and you're like, shorty, that dude bugging, fam. You know what I mean? Like, why would a dude try to run game on a woman like you? Look how fine you is, girl. Like, he's stupid, fam. See, the real thing is he just don't know what to do with you. He's scared. You know what I mean? If you had a real guy by your side, you know what I mean, that could treat you right. See, that's the game he was running on her at that time. Trust and believe it.
She understood it, but did she take in consideration of certain things for the next go round? I don't know. But the main thing that I told her that she needed to do was learn to love herself. Self-love, self-care. And she'll let you know that off rip. Everything I say, I check out with her. You know what I'm saying? It will validate with her. So I was letting her know you won't be able to get in nothing. You won't be able it just won't work if you don't love yourself within anything you do, whether it's a job, occupation, whatever. Anything you do, if you don't love yourself and if you don't know your worth, it's not gonna work to your best outcome. So I let her know that. Let her know she needed to learn to love herself, and within the process, I would call her. We would talk every day.
Now notice he said he would call her. They would talk every day. You were basically that friend talking to women every day, just talking about problems and different things. Keep in mind what you're doing.
And in a sense, I could feel Marissa starting to gravitate more towards me as a partner,
because she trusted you, because you gave her that friend vibe, and she figured you're going to be like that forever. This is why, as a man, you're not supposed to spoil a woman with a lot of attention and you talking every day and just being there and just, you don't do that type of stuff, because you're going to have to do that forever. It's just like you guys that like taking women on these dinner dates. Once you start that, you're going to spoil her rotten. Now she's going to want that all the time. And it's you're the cause of that mess.
It was understandable, because I'd be lying if I didn't say I was I guess leading her on in a sense. But in the process of all of that happening, I was always honest with who I was as a person, because I loved myself regardless of anything. I love myself, so I didn't want to put myself in the same predicament I've already put myself in my past relationships. So it really wasn't leading on. It was just in the sense of just being a friend and this.
More of that friend talk, being a friend. No, you're not supposed to be doing none of that type of stuff. You're supposed to be guiding a woman, not her friend. You're supposed to be guiding her, be her man, her leader, her guide. That's your job.
A feeling started to grow more than that from her, and which is understandable, and you know what I'm saying, you can't knock her for it. Happens to a lot of people that some people feelings grow stronger than what it started out to be. So I hope I'm not fucking explaining this shit to the point where y'all don't understand it, because I just want to get everything off my chest, but it's kind of overwhelming because you don't want to miss nothing. But yeah, whatever. So in the process of her, I started to feel she grew feelings. I started to let her know who I was as a person. I said, listen here. I said, I know you starting to grow feelings for me, but I want to let you know who I am as a person first.
Now notice that the woman is growing feelings, right? Because he was running game. You know, he played that role of a friend, had her gassed up where she's thinking this guy is going to be there and he's supportive and all of that other stuff. And maybe his intentions was good. At the same time, he made a couple of mistakes along the way. He set the thermostat, for lack of better words. He set the thermostat by being there, calling every day, doing all of that texting and calling and talking and being there. That made her feel a certain way. And because of all of the communication, she began to have feelings for him. Now that she had feelings for him, now he's trying to come clean now, I guess, about certain things concerning himself. Let's hear what he got to say.
Foremost, I don't see myself at this time period, with me being 19 years old, with me have not experienced my 20s and all this stuff. I do not see me being just loyal to you. And by loyal, I don't mean the real definition of loyalty. The real definition of loyalty is to have somebody back through whatever. That's what I find. That's what loyalty is to me. Some people value loyalty off if you cheat or if you don't cheat. But in the beginning, I told her, I said, yo, I'm a loyal individual, but I can't sit here and lie to you and say, if I be with you, it's just gonna be you the only person I'm gonna have sex with.
You see that? So now he's telling her, look, if I get with you, I'm just coming out straight up, letting you know, you're not gonna be the only one. Which I commend him for being honest, because we need more guys to do that. I've been teaching on this for years, and when I teach this type of stuff, women act like they don't hear this. The guy plainly told her what his position is. He's 19. He haven't even experienced life in his 20s yet. And why would he lock himself down after just starting life? But see, that's what she wanted. She wanted him to be locked down. He's letting her know, look, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I'm going to be dealing with other women. You see, I'm a celebrity. I'm a rapper. A lot of women throwing themselves at me. I'm going to do what I want to do. So, I understand you probably got feelings, but I'm just letting you know. So if you're willing to rock with me, I'm going to still be here for you. Like, we can have a relationship. Just know that I'm going to be dealing with another woman. So he let her know straight up and down. So he didn't do nothing wrong at this point in terms of letting her know the truth. He's telling her the truth.
Or you would be the only partner. And she took it in and she was like, no, that's different. It's different. I appreciate your honesty. Nobody's ever been that honest and straight up with me. If we was to get together, we could work. I think I could work with that. All right, so boom. I'm like.
Now notice, he's like, okay, cool. She agreed. I told her exactly what I'm doing. She agreed with it. What's the problem? And see, here's the thing, brothers. A lot of times you can tell a woman all of these things and she'll rock with it because she really like you, right? But then her feelings is going to get in the way later down the road, because in her mind, for some reason, women in today's culture believe that you having another woman is affecting them, when really it's not affecting them at all. Because as a man, you're supposed to have more than one woman. You're supposed to. That's the norm. But again, in America, they have women believing that relationships is like Little House on the Prairie. It's like having Barbie dolls, Ken and Barbie, and you're just together and it's just love all day. People have no clue what relationships is about. Relationships is all about work. It's about work and compromises. That's what it's really all about. It's about working to get to the goal. It's not about being happy. Happiness should be something that you have within yourself. You can't look at another person to make you happy. You can't do that. You have to be happy by yourself as a man or as a woman. That's something that you got to figure out on your own. Let's go.
Okay, cool. So I'm like, in the process of this, I think I found my match for my present moment self. Because I don't know, in the future, 10 years from now, 5, 6, 7 years from now, I may say, okay, I'm done. I don't want to experience sexual relations with this many people or this many people.
Now notice, in this particular circumstances here, right? Again, this guy said he's 19 years old. So number one, let's break down a couple of things so we can have context to this so that nobody in class will misconstrue anything that I'm saying, right? Now, I teach on the subject of polygyny in terms of a man having more than one wife or more than one concubine. This particular young man is basically saying that he just want to go out there and sleep around with women. That's not what I teach, because that's the problem. These guys are out here just sleeping around with women, but they're not committed to these women in terms of making these women their wives or their concubines and actually building relationships. Instead, what these guys are just doing is sleeping with them, having an experience, and then moving on to another woman. That's why that woman is probably in her feelings. Maybe she was in agreement with the fact that he want more than one woman, and she was on some okay, I'm cool with it if you're going to do it the correct way in terms of being there, not only for me, but for the women as well, and having relationships with them, real relationships. But probably what she saw was a guy that was just going out there sleeping around with women and then leaving them. And then when she saw that, it made her become disgusted with what the young man has become, which is what I teach, and it's called a whoremonger male. A whoremonger male is a guy that just goes out there to sleep around with women. He have no regard for how these women feel. He could care less if they cry, if they catch feelings. He just want to have fun. And he believes since he's 19, he have to soil his royal oats. He got to go out there and just do what he got to do and run up the body count of all these different women, while at the same time, he's with Marissa. So that can become problematic because in her mind, she saw this guy that was there for her, speaking on the phone, texting, doing all the good things. And now she probably sees something that we can't see. Now, I don't know this guy from nowhere. I don't know the woman from nowhere. I don't know what the real drama is about, but it's a breakup. And with all breakups, there's always some sort of drama under the line. But based on what we're hearing from him, from his testimony, it sounds like this guy wasn't really in any relationships with any of the women that he was sleeping around with, because he's basically saying that there may come a time when he decides, I don't want to sleep around with all these different women. So what is he really saying? He's not out there dealing with women as relationships. He just want to sleep with women. That's problematic. And we don't teach that over here because that's not life. If you're going to get with more than one woman, you got to build with those women, bro. You got to actually talk with these women, understand them, and make them either a wife or a concubine. And you're supposed to be having children. I don't understand how you guys are out here sleeping around with all these women, but you're not having any babies. I don't get that math. It don't make no sense.
Probably just want my personal, and that's it. But speaking of me, my present sense, I know who I was as a person, and that comes from loving myself and just knowing myself, and not trying to be a poison to another female. Because I feel like in my past, don't get me wrong, motherfuckers need to take accountability for what they did in the past, but I'm always take accountability for myself. So speaking on my behalf, I know I wasn't the best man. And that's because I was dishonest. I said, if I ever get in another situation, another relationship, I'm going to be honest. Because that's what lets you know what's wrong or right.
See, it's good that he want to be honest, but at the same time, he's a whoremonger male. You understand? This woman that he was with probably believed that he was going to be a certain way, and he ended up turning out to be something that she wasn't really feeling. I mean, come on. You know the guy's a rapper. You know he's probably a Pookie and Ray Ray. He's out there being a whoremonger male. You can't expect this guy to do anything right at this time, and he's 19 years old. That's the last thing he's thinking about. This is why the last stream that I did regarding the passport guy that's 23, same boat. Those guys are younger guys. They're not thinking about relationships in terms of building with women, having children, having a wife. They're not thinking about that. They're just thinking about vagina all day. That's all these guys are thinking about. The young lady is probably looking at family and growth and other stuff. Again, I don't know who she is. She could be out there doing some dirt too. I don't know. It is what it is. But let's hear what he got to say.
That's what wrong or right sides with. It's either the lie or the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes down to who's wrong or who's right, it always comes down on what was being truthful from the beginning, or what was being a lie, or what was a lie. Y'all know what I mean? It's hard to say it, but there was one thing I laid out there. I said I don't see myself being just fucking the same person for the rest of my life.
Now notice that he don't see himself smashing the same person for the rest of his life, right? But he's not really committed to her in terms of having a relationship. He was just with her for sex at this point, because it was never really a relationship. How could you be in a relationship with her, right? And then at the same time, you're out there fooling around with other women, right? And you're just having sexual relations, but you're not committed. You're not really building nothing. So she caught on and realized, like, hold up, I'm in a toxic situation. because the same way he's doing these other women, he's doing me at the same time. And that's where the breakup happened, because he misled her. Because what happened is, in the beginning, if you notice, he talked about how he wasn't really trying to smash. He was just wanting to be her friend and talk to her about her problems and call her on the phone. All of that was the game. That's how he was able to get her to catch feelings. And then by the time she got in, he was able to smash. And then once he did that, then he laid his cards on the table on what he's doing. And then the woman realized, I can't keep living like this, because you're just out here sleeping around with all these women. Then you're coming back to me to lay up with me. And I don't know what you're doing. And I don't even know none of these women that you're with. And it becomes very problematic. That's not polygyny. Polygyny is not a man that's just sleeping around with women and just out there reckless. See, as a man, listen, if you're practicing polygyny and you have more than one woman, the women that you deal with are supposed to know each other. You do know that, right? It's not supposed to be this secret thing of I'm messing with this woman here and this woman don't even know who I'm with. Like, that doesn't even make no sense. This is why you make them either a wife or a concubine. And if you have children, these are your women. This is your tribe. But this guy appeared to have just been out there being reckless. And see, as a man, you have to have respect for yourself as well. You just can't be putting your rod up inside of every broad that you meet and think that it's cool. Don't even make no sense. You know what I mean? You got to have respect for yourself as a man as well, or else women are not going to pretty much take you serious when you talk about these things. This is what makes the teachings of polygyny very difficult for a lot of women to understand. Because they sort of throw all men into the same pot. So if I talk about a man having more than one wife, women will just look at that as, oh, you just want to have sex with women and not be responsible. And they don't understand that you're dealing with men that are trying to build family. Just because you dealt with a lot of toxic guys that just wanted to pump and dump you does not mean you throw all men in the same pot and just assume we just want to smash. If all I wanted to do was just go out there and have sex with women without no regard, without no strings attached, I wouldn't even talk about polygyny. I'll just go out there and run game. Every time I meet a woman, I'll just be like, yeah, I'm single. I don't got no woman. I just want to chill, have fun, and it is what it is. They would never know anything. I'll just be lying all day long if all it was about is just having sex. The problem is a lot of women are just not ready for the truth. That's why they get in their feelings when you talk about these topics.
And that's understandable for the age I'm at. I'm mature in a lot of areas, but I'd be allowed to say I'm mature in every aspect of life because everybody can grow from somewhere. My mind is so knowledgeable, so mature, and so advanced. I feel like I'm 50. I don't get along with the average 19-year-old. I don't do what they do. I don't get along with my average peers. I always have sex with people older than me. I always talk to people older than me. I've always been the youngest.
He just said he have sex with people older than him. He's this and that, but he thinks and feels like he's 50 in terms of knowledge. The truth of the matter is the young brother is still naive. He's still unlearned in a lot of different situations. Yes, he have experiences. Yes, there's certain things he may know about life. But when it comes to relationships and a lot of other things, he just don't have that information yet. He don't know what commitment mean. He don't know what actually dealing with women accordingly mean. See, a lot of guys just want to have sex. That's it. They see a woman, they just want to have sex with her. They really don't know how to love a woman. You know what I mean? They know how to run game, but they don't know how to love a woman. And they don't love themselves. A lot of guys don't love themselves and they don't respect themselves. You know what I mean? They just want to party, BS, drink, and live wild and expect the good girl that they're with to just sit there and tolerate all of the nonsense. Am I saying that he shouldn't have more than one woman? That's not what I'm saying. I believe that at his age, I personally believe that although a man can have more than one woman, I think that at 19, right, he should be focusing on his music and dealing with that woman and that woman only for right now until he's able to mature and actually understand the dynamic of a relationship in terms of what his needs are, what he really desire, and learn how to control his urges just to go and screw any woman that he see. Because a man that is unable to control these things in terms of having discipline It's going to be reckless. And this is what we see in the streets right now with guys. They're just going out there smashing any woman they see. They have no care for whatever they do. And that's what gives us a bad name as men. And women just look at all of us as, oh, all you want to do is just smash these women. You know, this is the problem that the sister was seeing. And that's why the relationship went south.
Person on the block, you know what I'm saying? All my friends, whatever, all my niggas, whatever, was always 4 to 3 years older than me. I'm always been the youngest in whatever I did because I always felt I was older than what I was. I grew up quick. I was 12, I was an adult. I had adult problems at 12. Thought I had a baby on the way at 13. Started doing stuff behind a gun at 14. Like, I grew up quick.
So basically, this guy is toxic. That does not mean you grew up quick. That means you had a horrible upbringing. See, everything he just said there wasn't good. Everything he said there was not good. It wasn't this nice day in the park. It was toxic, you know? 13 years old, guns, gangs, tattoos, hanging out with older folks, you know? None of that, nothing he said was good. So basically, this particular woman that he was with, Marissa, whatever her name is, she is dealing with a toxic man at this point. Very, very toxic. See, when I do these reviews, right, I don't want you to think that I'm here defending this guy because I'm not. This guy is toxic. This guy is in a world, in the industry, living a certain type of lifestyle. His lifestyle don't represent what I teach. It's problematic with the way he's moving. At the same time, men in general are supposed to have more than one woman. That's their nature as men. A man is not supposed to be with one woman for the rest of his life. But in his situation at 19, I would recommend that he deal with just that one woman and cut all these other women off and just focus on her for the next 5 years, just so that he can understand what a relationship is all about. Because a lot of times what these guys think is love is not really love. These guys really don't love these women. They just love the convenience of knowing that I got somebody that I can have sex with. So they call it a relationship when really it's not a relationship. You just having sex with somebody. Just like he would sleep around with other women. It's problematic to do that because you're putting her at risk. You can't be a man dealing with multiple women and then coming to your girl and you want to have sex with her, but you're out here up and down with all these different women and you don't even know who these women are. Think about the nightmare she probably having. For all he know, for all she knows, she probably contracted a STD due to his behavior of just being out there with different women. And she never told him. But something may have happened and it brought her to the point where she's like, you know what? Enough is enough. This is getting really bad. I had to go to the clinic. I had to do this. And she probably never told him about that. Because a lot of times, because women care about you, they don't tell you. So it probably was the last straw. And she said, you know what? Enough is enough. Now, I don't know who broke up with who, but normally women break up. So it is what it is. But based on his story, he said that he didn't feel free in the relationship. Well, let's go.
So, but it's some spaces I'm not maturing, and I accept that. My nose kind of runny. So within that process, I said I couldn't see myself having sex with the same person. And the next thing was, I said, I don't see myself having one wife. And that's another thing. Marissa, she was big on marriage.
Notice he said he don't see himself having one wife. See, this is why a lot of you young guys, you need to be watching my videos. You really do. Because a lot of you young brothers, you say certain things and it sounds like you either watch my videos or you heard about my videos because you're talking about things that I teach on in terms of you don't see yourself having one wife, right? So if you don't see yourself having one wife, the question that I have for you is why the woman that you're with, why you didn't pretty much make her your wife? Why you didn't make it official? Like, what's the holdup, right? Because it seems that you just wanted her for your convenience, that you just wanted to kick it with her. If she was really all of that because you bigged her up in the beginning, saying that she's a brilliant woman, she's this, she's that, all of this other stuff. Well, why didn't you just make her your wife and call it a day? Since you're really about having more than one wife, Why don't you just make her your first wife? Why don't you make it official? You see? That's when we get the cricket sounds and, we act like we don't know nothing. But that's the real truth. A lot of guys say things because they may have heard other guys talk about topics. Because here on social media, a lot of people, and I mean that, a lot of people, they copy everything that I talk about. They regurgitate all my talking points. And it's very problematic because these guys are not really living the lifestyle. They just like to repeat what I say to gain popularity, clouts, help their platforms to grow because they try to share the things that I've been teaching on for years, but they're not even doing it. They're not even living the life. A lot of these guys don't even have the results, but they talk like they do, and it's unfortunate.
She was big on marriage, so I had to let her know, like, I don't see myself having one wife. I said, I'll probably marry you, but you would have to, be cool with the simple fact that I believe in polygamy.
Now he believes in polygamy. It's not polygamy, brother. It's called polygyny. You need to come to class. You need to learn. You need to understand what's going on. Now, again, you're 19. It's cool. You don't want to have just one wife. That's cool. But at the same time, bro, you're out here kind of just being promiscuous, sleeping around with different women randomly and reckless. That's not polygamy. That's not polygyny. That's whoredom. You're basically being a whoremonger. You can't expect a woman to rock with you under polygyny when you're out here being a whoremonger male. It's not good. It's not kosher.
So you may not be the only person that I would marry. You know what I'm saying? And I let her know that. And she was like, that's different. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that's something I can work on with being open to as well. So hear me out. So this was pretty much the thing, and no disrespect.
See, it's almost like he was looking for her to have like a green light so that he's able to go out there and be who he want to be. And I think that's problematic as well because the way he moved in terms of just going out there and just sleeping around with women, that's not polygyny. You understand? You were not practicing what you say. You're using words that sound good, but your lifestyle and your fruits of your actions is speaking otherwise. He have the actions of a whoremonger male. That's what I see here. He was waiting for her to be in somewhat agreement, and then he went out there feeling comfortable to do what he was normally doing. And to see her switch up on him, he looking at it as she's being disloyal. But the truth of the matter is he was really never faithful to begin with when it comes to the practice of polygyny because he's not knowledgeable in the area. And this is what a lot of guys are doing on social media. They're acting like something they're not. A lot of these guys are not even built to be in a relationship with one woman because they don't know how to lead a woman. They don't know how to guide nothing. They don't even know how to protect a woman. Protecting a woman is not you being there ready to fight some guy for her. That's not what protection really means. Protection have to do with all facets of life. Showing her how to make quality decisions. Telling her no. Making her understand right from wrong. Things that she needs to improve. Showing her how to improve. You understand? There's a lot of things that men are supposed to do. And unfortunately, a lot of guys, they don't know how to lead women. They're not built for relationships. A lot of these guys are clowns. And the only thing they can do for these women is just have sex with them. And this is why a lot of women get frustrated because when they get into these relationships, there's really nothing there. Because the women realize, like, why am I with this guy? This guy is not really offering me anything, and it's not just about money. It's just that the relationship is not going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. And it's just like both of y'all unhappy. Both of y'all don't know where y'all going. It just becomes a problem for both of you.
Marissa was willing to give up all of these things that she felt was that she was gonna get from just out of life. She felt she was gonna get married, which she probably is. She probably might find that person that is just gonna marry her. But this is pretty much her life. This was pretty much already thought out in her brain. She was gonna get married to somebody that was faithful for her, faithful just to her, build a whole family, and just live happily ever after.
That's exactly what she wanted. She wanted you to be with her and only her. And that's that monogamous madness that's going to put pressure on you.
And I was telling her it sounds a bit like a fairy tale because
That's exactly it. It sounds like a fairy tale.
certain things don't always play in that type of sense, or the cards don't sometimes roll out that way, but it's not impossible. But I said, if you're looking from me, my present moment, who I am as today, when I wake up today, you're not going to find that in me.
Basically, he told her, look, I'm not monogamous. Now, again, he might be operating under the mind of a whoremonger male. He's young. He don't have all of the knowledge. So under those circumstances, you have to understand that at that age, without the proper knowledge, he's going to go down the wrong path. At the same time, he has the spirit of knowing that he's not supposed to be with just one woman. So he has that knowledge. He's just exercising it in the wrong way. He think that I'm just supposed to go out there and just smash whatever I see. He's being reckless at this point. What he's supposed to do is, first of all, if he have a good woman before him, the wise thing to do as a man, if you have a woman that is a good woman, is the first thing you have to do is make sure that that situation is secured and you wife up that woman. Because you're young, she's young, you wife her up, settle with her for 5 years and kind of just chill, have a child, you know what I mean? And then throughout the process of that 5 years, you could talk about polygyny, you could talk about having more than one woman, but keep it faithful where you're just with her. Even though you have other options of dealing with women, don't go with them. Be faithful for that 5 years so you and that woman can really bond and grow. And in the process, talk about having more than one woman. Let her share her thoughts, but be faithful to her for that 5 years. That way she could see that you're that man. And she had that 5 years with just you. So that now, once that 5 years is up and you say, you know what, I'm going to go find me another sister and I'm going to build. She's cool. Why? Because for that 5 years, you were just with her. And you were faithful. You showed yourself to be a man. You weren't out there fooling around. She's feeling very secure with you. She know you're going to be a provider, a protector, a leader. So she don't have a problem with you being with some other woman because you showed her that you're real. You showed her with longevity that you're able to be that man. But see, under the circumstances right now, she didn't see that in you. So she lost respect for you. That's why the relationship went south.
I let her know that several times, several occasions, and she was cool with it. And she said, well, she was with me in a sense of hope. I feel like she was with me in a sense of hope, and I grew out of it. She was willing to do everything. Did she want to do it? Her mind and her heart wanted to do it. But her soul, that was not what her soul wanted.
No, the problem, bro, is not that she didn't want to. She saw you as a guy when you first started. You were talking with her on the phone. You were being a friend. Remember that? So she saw you as being that guy and she believed anything you said, right? It's your actions that messed everything up. She saw the way you were dealing with other women and it became problematic to her. And she saw herself like, look, I don't think this is going to work. I was really in support of him having more than one woman, but the way he's going about it, I don't think this is good for me. I don't really think I would want to be in this type of relationship with him because if we have kids, he's going to be out there just messing around and I can't do this. That's what happened. So she had a change of heart, not because she just had a change of heart. It's because your actions, bro, was not in line with what you claim. She didn't see a man that was going to be a good leader when it comes to women. She saw you focus only on sex, and polygyny is not about focusing on sex. It's about building family structure, building generational wealth, having women as helpmates so that the women now can be your wives and they can now interact with one another to raise the children, shop together, take care of things, whether they live in the same location or they have separate places. It is what it is. She didn't see that leadership in you. And that's why things went south.
And in the sense of that, like, I felt wrong. That's why I left.
Oh, now we got it. He left the situation. So now we see. He broke up with her based on what we see here. He got tired because he probably didn't see her going along with the program. And he probably said, you know what? I'm going to just go do me. There'll be other women that'll come along. So you mean to tell me you left a woman that you claim was brilliant? Did you really love her? You know, it brings the question all of these different things because, you know, if a man really, really loving a woman, I don't think he going to leave, especially not that easy. So it really speaks volumes of where your mind is at this point. But let's get back into this.
That's why I had to distance myself. Because I'm not ready for that. That's the part of my life I'm not ready for. It's like we was in two different worlds. And it's like every day I had to bring her back into mine to let her know, like, hey, you told me this is what you wanted, this is what you signed up for. You gotta stick with it.
No. See, this is where you messing up, bro. This is where you messing up from because you're trying to make it look. You're trying to make it look like she signed up for what you're doing. She never signed up for you going out there just banging women and just playing this little game. You basically said what your position is, but you're not showing her. If you're really about having more than one woman, why you didn't make her your wife? You didn't even give her that status yet. You're basically keeping her on the side. You haven't even made her your wife. You're not living up to any standards at this point. So she's not taking you serious because of those particular situations.
If I'm caught up, if me and you say, if I tell you I'm a cheat or whatever, and you say I'm cool with that as long as you take her home, and which I do, I take her home, make sure you're right physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
She wasn't right mentally if you're not on point, you know? Just because you're doing all those different things at the same time, you got to be a man of good character. Again, you're not consistent. You're not being consistent in what you claim to be. You just want her to be in the house while you go out there just wrecking havoc with women. You can't have it both ways, bro. You can't be a whoremonger male and then at the same time have a good woman at home. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You made her catch feelings for you. And now that she's in, now you're trying to control the situation by making it seem like she signed up. She didn't sign up to be with a whoremonger male. She signed up because she saw something in you that she thought was good because you were running game. You know what I mean? And this is the problem with social media. A lot of these guys, you wouldn't believe how many of these rappers actually may tune into my videos low key and kind of watch the things that I say. And now they going out here telling women that they want to have more than one wives and all this stuff. They all getting this content from me, fam. At the end of the day, these videos are reaching a lot of different people. You know what I mean? And they're trying to live a lifestyle that they're not built for. Women will respect you when they see you practicing what you preach. You understand? That is what they will respect. They're not going to respect you. Remember, you're 19. So she have a lot of doubts. You know, at 19, there's a lot of things you just don't know. You don't know anything. You know what I mean? And that's not a knock to you. At 19, you lack a lot of experience, right? And that's why the relationship went south. You're talking like you have the knowledge. At 19, you don't understand all these different details because you're out there being a whoremonger male, sleeping around with different women randomly. That's not polygyny. You're being reckless. She have every right to feel some type of way. And if you're a woman and you're listening and a guy tell you that, oh, I practice polygyny, right? And he's outside smashing multiple women, right? but he's telling you he's practicing polygyny. That's not polygyny. That's a whoremonger male. He's out of control. That type of guy you shouldn't even be with because he's putting you at risk. And that is very problematic. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people, when I talk about polygyny, they think that, oh, you're just like those guys. No. Mm-mm. The guy that want to sleep around with women just to have sex, he's a whoremonger male. He don't have no love for any of these women. He's just using them. That's all he's doing. He don't have no love for any of these women. A man that truly cares about women, he want to get to know them and he want to build family. This young lady, maybe it could have worked out with him and her if he had a certain way in which how he moved, but based on how he's moving, he may have ended up pushing a good woman into a bad world. And now she's going to end up going out there and messing around with multiple guys. She's going to end up getting ran through. It's going to be a mess. You know, this is normally what happens. These women go through these little these heartbreaks, and then they just go out there and they just start messing around with different men. And before you know it, good girl turned bad. And it's just a wild situation, fam. But let's go.
Everything, make sure I'm hands-on with everything. But the littlest bit of peace where I want to do is where I do my dirt at. Because I let you know that and you approved of it, you signed up for it.
No, notice what he just said now. See, now you messing up big time, bro. You said she signed up so that you could go out there and do your dirt. Now notice, he called what he do doing his dirt. That's not polygyny. You doing your dirt is problematic. That's why she feel the way she felt. You're out there doing dirty stuff and she don't approve of it. You claiming it's like you're trying to make her feel guilty for the lifestyle you were living. You gassed her up, love bombed her so that she could catch feelings. Once you got her hooked, you had sex. Now she believes you're her man. Then you out there living this lifestyle. And then say she signed up for it. She didn't sign up for that lifestyle because she saw you as a different guy before that. And then she starts seeing things different.
You said it was cool. And once I do it, I don't get the peace of mind to do it. I don't feel free. And I don't feel free to who I am as a person. And a lot of people would say, oh, you broke up with her because you wanted to fuck other bitches. That's wrong. I mean, nah, and it doesn't even just stops right there. It's just the basic sense of freedom.
You see this? See how he's giving away himself now? He just want to go out there and smash different women randomly. And he called that having freedom. And then he blames her by saying she signed up for it. In other words, why are you complaining? You agreed to this. No, you didn't tell her that this was the way it's going to be. You didn't come out and say, look, I'm a whoremonger male. I just want to go out there and just smash women. You know what I mean? But you hiding behind, number one, polygyny, right? You're hiding behind, oh, I want to have more than one wife. You're making it sound good. You're hiding your true intentions. See, you were a liar from the beginning. This guy is problematic. And again, I'm reviewing the video and watching it with all of you. And based on what I'm seeing, this guy is the problem. It's not that woman. Based on what I'm hearing right now from just this one guy, he's the problem. And I haven't even listened to the other woman. There's a video clip of her crying and whatnot. But based on what I'm hearing from him, this guy is problematic right here. He's a whoremonger male, a poor representation of a man. He said he's out there doing his dirt and says she signed up for it. She never signed up so you could go out there and smash every woman you deal with. You said polygamy. But you're not practicing polygamy. Polygamy don't mean going out, pumping and dumping and smashing and dashing women. That's not what polygamy is. Do you understand me? But again, this is what these young guys are doing.
Being free. I'm a free spirit. I don't know. My spiritual people know what a free spirit is. I'm a free spirit.
You don't even know what a free spirit means. Everybody talking about free spirit. Ain't nobody a free spirit. It's either you following the devil or you're following God. It's either one or the other, but you are not free. Trust and believe. You're going to have to answer to somebody. All that free spirit stuff, do what I want to do, just playing around. You got to stop that madness.
So that's why I got to blow my fucking nose. If I had to blow my nose, man. But I'm a free spirit, so whenever I don't feel free to what I got going on, it hinders who I am as a person. It hinders my mental.
In other words, him getting pushback from this woman because he want to go out there and be a whoremonger, it's messing up his spirit. That's basically what he's saying. That she's preventing him from being happy because he literally don't want to be accountable. What I'm hearing and seeing is that the woman is trying to hold him accountable for being reckless. Listen, maybe at the beginning, she had no problem with you having more than one woman, but she didn't see you being responsible. So she's holding you accountable by saying, look, bro, you out here messing around with all these women. I'm hearing this and I'm hearing that. Is it true? Like, what's good? Like you bugging out. Like, you're coming home to me. I don't feel safe. Like, it all falls back on you, bro. You're out here doing dirt.
And it doesn't make me who I am. And within that process, I started to revert back to a lot of my old ways that I grew from. And I'm like, yo.
If you reverted back to your old ways, it's because that's who you always were. You ain't revert back because of her. You reverted back to your old ways because you never changed. You never healed. You never overcome anything. You understand? Not only that, you most likely still hang out with all of the wrong people. You understand? You most likely hanging out with all of the people that got you there and you're still hanging out with them. So you didn't revert back because of this situation. You reverted back because you wanted to. Nobody can make you revert back to anything unless you want it to.
Like, this is starting to be a little bit familiar with my past relationships. Certain things triggered me and I would react. And I will pray to God for forgiveness off the simple fact of I grew from something. I grew from being the person that was a liar, the aggressor, the thug. I grew so much from that, but...
You grew, but you continually do the wrong. See, you can be very honest and truthful to a woman in terms of what you're doing, right? And feel justified in your actions because you figure, well, I'm being honest. I'm being truthful. I told you what I'm doing. But see, your actions, it's contradicting who you really are. You can't tell a woman one thing and then your actions is saying something else. The woman was trying to hold you accountable and you didn't like that. She was calling you out in your BS. Because maybe for all intents and purposes, she knew, come on. She know you're a celebrity. She know women are going to come after you. She probably grew out of that and probably recognized, like, look, the guy got status and clout. He's going to have women. Okay, cool. I'm going to have to live with the fact that I'm with a popular guy that women want to get with. Most ladies under those circumstances will accept the reality. But what she saw was something different. She saw you just using women for sex, and it bothered her because she didn't think that you were that guy. And when she saw it for her own eyes, she said, you know what? This is not the kind of guy that I want to get with. This is not the guy that I want to have children with. There's a lot of things that women go through in their mind when they see that. And then it kind of remind them of the man that they were previously with. So she probably looked at you as the same guy that you counseled her about. And now she's looking at you like, wow, when I was going through my breakup, you were the same guy telling me about the manipulative tactics of men. And here you are doing the same thing that you were trying to tell me about. That's crazy. But that's how a lot of guys are that are whoremonger males. They'll manipulate women to get what they want.
If I'm around something that doesn't bring me peace or get me out of my character, I cannot be around it.
Wow.
Because first and foremost, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to do anything I'm going to regret.
Why would you say that, though? Because you can't deal with more than one woman the way you want. You figure it'll put you in a position to go to jail? That sounds very problematic, to say the least.
And I got a beautiful life ahead of me. With that being said, me and the maturity and the person I am as a man, I had to separate. I had to separate myself, bro. So, man, I did better this time, and I condemn myself. I remember my first relationship, my baby mother. We were both.
Oh, so he have children. Interesting. This is news to me. So he have a baby mama. Wow, interesting.
Both wasn't ready, but we kind of held on, stuck in there, kept going. It was detrimental, and people saw that all over the internet. It was detrimental. Sometimes still detrimental. And I take full accountability because I feel like once upon a time, Mariah was the sweetest person to me. But because of who I was as a person, the lies I told, and like I said, I'm just taking accountability for me. Other people did wrong, but I'm speaking on my wrongs. Certain things I did to drive a person bitter. Do it give them the right to be bitter? No, it doesn't. But some people don't have the mental space to not be bitter or to not have spite in their heart. So I take full responsibility for it.
Because you actually caused her this pain. That's why. You're the one causing the woman the pain. Yeah. I now see it now. That's why you're taking full responsibility. Because you know that you're the one that's the problem. You know what I mean? Even if she's insecure and she got issues regarding your situation, she don't deserve to be with a guy that claim he practicing polygamy, but you're reckless and you have no discipline. I mean, you're just out there pumping and dumping women. Come on, no woman under no circumstances is gonna be accepting of a man living like that. You're not gonna have a healthy relationship where you're just out there just doing that and thinking that the woman you're with is going to be happy. She's not. You got to have discipline and respect for yourself. And I don't see the respect for yourself nowhere in this content.
A lot of things I did that drove people to a point of bitterness
and that's exactly what you're doing to her. You're driving her to that point. And she may end up going out there because she already suffered this trauma with her ex, right? And now look at you. So now she have to heal again.
It's a thin line between love and hate. You can't fault that.
And see, ladies, this is one of the problems that you're facing in today's day when you're dealing with multiple men. You get into these relationships and you're going through all of these toxic situations. You break up, you make up, you get back, you go out there and you're just full of drama. And it seems like every guy you get with, you're with the same guy, but with a different face. Horrible situation.
Just as quick as they love you, just as quick as they hate you. So I can't fault that. I can only accept it, keep pushing. But before I let something get back to that point, I'll walk the fuck away. And I gotta do that.
See, this is why a lot of women have trauma and why it's difficult for them to trust a man. It's because of stuff like this. A lot of times you guys, you get with women and you're wondering why she's boxed in, why she don't open up, why she's shy, why she think of the worst, always thinking negative. It's because she's been through so many different situations with different guys that, man, every time it's like, it looked like she's about to get into a new relationship, she's on the edge because it's like, man, I don't know what this next guy is going to bring to the table, man, but I really don't want to deal with no more drama. She's tired of being brokenhearted. She's tired of going through the ringer. And it get a lot of women to the point where they just don't even want to be in a relationship because they already done know it's going to end in them having a broken heart. So they just rather just stay by themselves and just enjoy their time and just not get involved. And it's bad because with the way the dating market is right now, man, people are not even lasting in these relationships. And we can't even say, oh, their relationship is messed up because somebody lacked money. This has nothing to do with money. You know what I mean? This is about a man that want to go out there being a whoremonger male and a woman who have insecurities and trauma that she's dealing with still. Let's go.
Because the person I am, I can't keep hurting nobody. I really thought being honest was going to...
He thought being honest was going to free him from the guilt of him going out there just being a whoremonger male. Yes, you're honest, but your actions is wicked because you're not being real. You're hiding. Your honesty is all a game because you're saying you're honest and you're using certain talking points and you're using it to justify being a whoremonger male. You're saying stuff like polygamy. You're saying stuff like you don't want to have just one wife. But if your actions is not saying otherwise, you didn't wife up that woman that you're with. And you're not practicing polygamy or polygyny by sleeping around with multiple women. And you're not even committed to none of them. You're not having any babies with them. So what are you doing? You're playing games. See, he's not being truthful to himself, man. He's not. He's a novice right now.
I thought being honest was going to create the freedom.
No.
Of being free, to not feel slaved.
No. Why would you feel like a slave? Why would you feel like that? Huh? It don't make no sense. You want to just have things your way. You want to go out there and be a whoremonger male. If you want to be a whoremonger male, don't talk about having a relationship because you're not even committed to building a relationship with the current woman that you had. You were supposed to wife her up and make her feel secure. You didn't do that. She's not gonna feel secure because you're out there just dealing with all these different women. You leaving her on the side. She feel a lot of insecurities, and she have a right to feel that way because you didn't make her feel secure. You never made her your wife. You're talking a good talk, but you're not living the lifestyle. You're not.
I thought me being honest, telling a person who I was as a person was going to free me to be able to keep my sanity while I had to make another person happy and keep myself happy through this shit that y'all don't even know about, through the shit I already go through. I got to keep my sanity through that and keep somebody happy when I'm not even happy every day.
You see that? Remember what I told you about this whole being happy stuff? You're not supposed to look for another person to make you happy. You're supposed to be happy by yourself, you see? And he thought that by him being honest about who he is, that was going to make him be happy enough to just go and live his life and not get no pushback. And now he's learning the hard way. This is interesting.
I cannot do that. I will drive myself crazy, bro. So I separated, and
he separated.
I was the bigger person to do it. I was the stronger one to do it, and of course the stronger one is gonna be the one to look like the asshole. That girl sweet as hell.
If she was, why you didn't wife her up? Why you didn't wife her up? If she's such a good catch, why would you let that go? Why would you mess that up? This is why I always say that to you younger guys and older guys, when it comes to this whole idea of a man having more than one wife, it sounds exciting to you guys because you're like, wow, I can go out there and I can have more than one woman. But see, most of you guys are not ready for that because you're not even faithful to the woman that you got right now. This is why I always say that if you're a guy, it would be good if you have one woman, right? Deal with her for 5 years, just her alone. Don't even look at no other woman. Even though women will be there, you might flirt a little bit, but don't be sexual with no other woman, just that one woman, and build with her. It's going to teach you discipline. It's going to teach you how to be a man, how to provide, how to take care of her, how to love. It's going to teach you about yourself, right? And then after that 5 years, then branch out and do whatever you got to do. But make sure that she's secure in a relationship where she know you're not leaving her. Because one of the biggest fears most women have is that the guy that she's with is going to leave. Yeah, he's going to definitely leave sooner or later. No woman should have that fear. She should know that you're going to be there forever. Literally. No matter what the situation is. Through the test of time, you're going to be there. And this is why I always suggest to brothers, if you're going to practice polygyny, start off with one woman and then you build. You know what I mean? Let the woman see that you're real. Because if you start off with one woman and you never was really committed, but you're talking about you want to be with multiple women, no, you want to be a whoremonger male. That's what you want to be. You just want vagina. Just be honest. You just want to have sex. You're not really there to love any of these women. You don't really care about their feelings. You just want to bust a nut. Just be honest about what you're really looking for. And you didn't do that in the beginning. All that friend stuff, that was all cap.
She's a great girl. She's a gift. She's a blessing. She's an angel.
If she's all of those things, why you didn't wife her up? Why you didn't take her and build with her, have children with her, and do all of this stuff? Because I don't know if they have children. I don't know. But why you didn't do all of those things? If you feel that highly of her, why would you mess that up? Why would you mess up having a woman that is sweet, brilliant, loving? Why would you mess that up?
But I just know the timing of who I am and who she is. It's like water and oil. It ain't gonna mix. And I really apologize, and I feel so guilty because of that.
And see, these are the kind of guys you ladies always get with. You get with these guys. These are the guys that you ladies get with. And when things don't work, right, you blame all men because you were with a toxic guy. So by the time a righteous quality man come along, you give him a hard time. You make his life worse because you're punishing the new guy based off of the old guy that you were dealing with. And that's exactly how women do it. They deal with toxic men, and then when they finally have a decent quality man come along, they run all these games and try to play themselves.
Today, even with me being honest and letting a motherfucker know who I am as a person, or just being this person, to just feel like firstly it wasn't enough. I feel it wasn't appreciated. And I also feel guilty because now she's hurt. She's extremely hurt, and the whole time I used to always tell my mama, I used to be like, Mom, she say she can handle it, but I know she can't. I used to always tell mama that. I used to be like, Mom, she can't handle this shit, bro, and I'm in too deep. And I know by the time I pull the plug, it's gonna be huge because of how long I carried on knowing that she wasn't gonna be able to understand where I was at, or understand that who I was as a person wasn't gonna change no time soon.
You see, he was never gonna change being a whoremonger male. See, he's hiding. See, what this young guy is doing right here, right? He's hiding behind the word polygyny or polygamy. He's hiding behind wanting more than one wife, but his actions prove that he's not looking for a wife. He's looking for a vagina. That's all he's looking for. I can see right through him. He's not really committed. He got in too deep. He act like he was this woman's friend. Now she's traumatized now. That woman is hurt because she trusted him. She put her all into him. And see, this is why a lot of women are broken today. Because if you look at the story from the beginning, he said that she was going through a breakup and she was opening up to him and talking about this. And he was kind of sort of like counseling her about the guy that she was with and how he was a manipulative guy and all this other stuff. So in her mind, she thought this guy was different. Turn out, he's just like the guy that she was with. Isn't that amazing? He's just like the guy that she broke up with. The cycle continues again, and now she's damaged. And it might get to the point now where she may never be in a good relationship ever again because she keep jumping from toxic man to toxic man to toxic man, and it's not getting good for her.
And I feel so bad because, and then again, I can't say I was leading it on because I was really like just hoping things started to give in. I was like, yo, it's gonna give in. Like Chop, just keep trusting it. But then in the back of my mind, it's like, it's not. Leave. And then it's like, I'm fucking fighting between what's real, what's real, and what I'm trying to make real. And it's like, I didn't know what the fuck was real. I'm like, yo, do I stay or do I leave because it's not getting, I didn't know what the fuck to pick.
Because you didn't have a relationship. You didn't really love this woman. See, bro, if you loved that woman, number one, you'd have wifed her up. You would have been practicing all the things that you was telling her in the beginning. You got what you wanted out of her. You got bored. You got with other women. You still wasn't fulfilled. You still was bored. And you chose to leave her in exchange for your promiscuous whoremongering life. That just proved that you didn't have no real value in her. You didn't see any value in her. You didn't. Because it was easy for you to bolt. It was easy for you to bounce. So all the time you invested, you didn't really look at it as a loss. You just figure, hey, I'm going to leave because at least I still can go have sex with all these women and not worry about it. You see? So you basically took a woman that most likely was there for you, and now you hurt her now. So now she's broken. Now any guy that try to get with her is going to be dealing with problems. Any guy that get with her next, she's going to make it very difficult for those guys. Those guys are going to struggle dealing with her.
So I prayed hard. I wrote my prayers down. I prayed hard to God.
God is not hearing none of those prayers, bro. You got to stop all that religious stuff. You're wicked. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is not hearing the prayers of any wicked man. It's just not happening, right? You got to repent, come clean, get your life in order, and stop playing games. Let's go.
Sent it up there to him, prayed every day. She prayed. And I feel like with us putting God first in our relationship, he split us apart and let us know he gave me the strength to do it because he knew that she wasn't going to have the strength to do it. He gave me the strength he just gave me the strength to do it. And till this day right now, I just keep praying that he keep giving her the strength to push through because I know she's at a low. She's at a real low. I'm at a low, but I know she's lower than what I am. I know that. I know her emotions are all just everywhere, you know. We lost 7. Son had a miscarriage. She had a miscarriage, my son.
So, based on what we're hearing, she was pregnant by him at one point. This is new knowledge to me. And she had a miscarriage.
I made a lot of promises to her that I felt.
He made a lot of promises to her and he didn't keep them. See, this guy right here is the problem. You can see the guilt in his eyes. You can see it in his face that he's the guy that is problematic. He made a lot of promise. He wrote a lot of checks and all of them bounced.
Are not getting met now. I feel like an asshole.
Because you are one. That's why. because you are an a-hole.
An asshole. Then again, I'm like, I was honest, and then I'm like,
you weren't honest. You were being a hypocrite. See, you said one thing, but you did another thing. Your actions contradicted your honesty.
it's just like I keep falling in between of being an asshole and also.
This feels and sounds just like when Chris Brown was apologizing after beating up Rihanna. You don't notice that? He sounds just like Chris Brown. I still got the old tapes of when Chris Brown was on that particular, I forgot the guy's show, but I have those videos on my Ringo TV HD channel. I think they're still on private. I might have to post them public again because those videos, each of them have like hundreds of thousands of views. I remember I was the first one to post that news story when he was with his mom and he cheated. I think he beat up Rihanna and he was apologizing. I even made a damn song about him saying, "I'm sorry, I'm Chris Brown."
Shit. You served your purpose. Like, you did what you could do and you was better this go around. You was honest. And then it's like I still feel like an asshole even knowing, like.
Listen, if I was to blank out the screen, you would have thought that was Chris Brown actually talking. Seriously, he sound just like Chris Brown.
And I'm really not an asshole. It's just impossible to explain, and I feel bad about it, and it's weighing heavy on my fucking heart. That life is like that. Why
would anything be weighing on your heart? See, it's because you know what you did. You know, you're out here being a whoremonger male, and you got a good woman, and you're not really helping her at this point. You know, you're breaking down, causing her more trauma. And now she got to deal with that pain. She ain't going to be able to recover from this one. No amount of therapy is going to help her with this one. And the thing is, there's a lot of women that are struggling just like this.
Life is just what life is, I guess. It's just life, bro. I cried a few times, bro. People think it's all sweet on my end, but shit, I'm just as hurt. He hurt me.
I don't believe that.
So, taking the time out to better myself, see what more I can heal from. Took the break to see what else she could pray to God, to see what God guide her to heal from, you know. I pray that when the time is right, she a free agent, I'm a free agent, that we can continue with our life and I can present those promises that I promised her with. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I hope the future has for me and her. But then again, I thought my future was gonna go different from this. I never thought I'd be here.
It's interesting how people just come on the internet and just share all their business. Isn't that interesting? You know, back in the days, we didn't have the internet where we just have a breakup and then come online to tell everybody about our breakup. It's crazy how the internet works, fam. Like, people really think that people care about all of this type of stuff. Like, all I'm here for is just to teach and show people exactly how life is. This guy right here basically was not living up to what he promised and what he talked about. And that's why the relationship went south, because he thought he had a woman that would just sit there and just tolerate him just sleeping around with multiple women, and he's not committed to nobody. He didn't even make her his wife yet. How do you think that makes her feel? She feel trapped. You know? You basically is using her at this point, and you figure because of your clout and fame that she's going to put up with it. Relationship went the other way.
talking to this fucking phone about my fucking relationship problems. Like, I really feel like shit corny as fuck.
It is, bro. It is.
Like, it's some bitch ass shit.
It is. See, even he knows that him talking on the phone, talking about his relationship is corny. It really is. I don't even know why you doing that, bro. You know, women do stuff like that on TikTok. See, that's why when the women do that, I make those videos about it. But to see a dude doing it, I'm like, damn, bro. Think I'm gonna be online talking about relationships, about, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm just here hurting, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me and my shorty, you know what I mean? We broke up. You know what I mean? She cool, though, you know what I mean? I'm saying she's a very lovely woman. You know, we dated for about, 5 months, then we took it serious, and, you know what I'm saying? She basically cheated on me. Got a lot of love for her, fam. You know what I mean? I'm just here to share my story because, before the blogs and everybody say that I'm the bad guy, you know what I'm saying? I just want to talk about our relationship. We met in high school. And, I told her that I want to practice polygyny. But I really was just a whoremonger male. That's what the internet does. The internet make people come on and do this madness. I don't know why people do this type of stuff, but hey, it makes for some good content for me. So we're going to use it. Right? That's just the way it is, fam. Yeah, those guys, they come to those women, they put on the Barry White voice. It's funny the way they do that stuff, man. It's like, I be trying to figure out, like, why these guys, I don't even know, man. Like, why you guys always put yourself in that situation? Like, you break up and then you want to go Barry White on her. Like, I don't know. You know, baby, I've been dreaming about your love. I've been dreaming about your love. Girl, it's been a long time. I've been walking from mountaintop to the very top. Baby, I've been thinking about your love. We've been dating for a very long time. And I need you now. You guys got to stop that stuff. You really got to stop that mess. This is what these guys be doing. He's going to go do that later on. He might make a song about this breakup. I don't know.
I feel like something that had to be done. So what the future hold for me?
The future hold for you is you're going to go out there messing with multiple women and you're going to get some other sister pregnant and break her heart too. That's what you're going to do. You got to control yourself, bro. You got to, you say you hanging out with older cats, but if you still thinking like this, then them cats you hanging out with, you got to let them go. Because they not helping you, bro. You got to really check yourself.
I know it's extremely bright, career-wise.
Career don't mean nothing. You don't got no love life. You know what I'm saying? You're not happy. You're never going to be happy. All those women you screwing, you're still not happy, bro.
And I know it's extremely bright with my love life.
No, it's not.
Is Marissa in it? I don't know.
See, what you wanted to have Marissa in there and have the 304s. And that's why you're not happy right now. You want the best of both worlds.
I pray it is. I pray she is with the chemistry we built.
You're going to have to make a choice, fam. You're going to have to stop your whoremongering ways and actually wife her up and get serious. But I don't think you're doing that right now.
I pray that we take time to grow and can just get on the same one accord page. But I know how life work also. Sometimes you grow and you just outgrow everything in general, and it never goes back to that point.
No, neither of you are growing at this point. You know, she's upset, you're upset, and because you can't have your way, you decide to break off the relationship to hurt her. You basically said, look, if you're not going to accept me for who I am, I'm going to hurt you by breaking up with you. You knew it was going to hurt her because she caught feelings. So at this point, you're guilty. You're guilty at this point, bro. And I think you're doing that as a strategy in hopes to get her to come crying back to you and accepting you for who you are. If that's the case, you're very toxic.
That's the scary part about it, and I feel like that's what's scaring her so much. I just got away with handling and dealing with shit. I'm a little bit stronger with dealing and handling shit. She just not there yet.
And you know that. That's why you are taking advantage of the situation. You're basically using manipulative tactics right at this point.
End of the day, bro, to all the fellas out there, don't catch a falling knife. Even if you honest, wait till the person heal. Wait till you heal. It's like, well, shit. It's crazy how shit come full circle. It's like I left her at the same place I met her. That's how I know you gotta go within yourself to fucking heal before you even get.
You left her at the same place you met her. That's cruel, bro. Damn. That's cold, bro. You brought her back to the same spot, man. Damn. But you know, you ladies, you got to take personal responsibility for this. Even though this guy is toxic, a lot of you ladies are toxic too for even getting with a guy like this. Seriously. You got with him knowing that he is the way he is, and you tolerated it for this long. So you're toxic as well, and you gotta hold the L as well. You can't just say the guy is no good and think you good. No, you wicked too. If the man is wicked, then you're wicked to get with him.
Before you even try to get in something, you have to heal, and the other person has to be healed too.
So if that's the case, bruh, why you want to deal with multiple women? If you know you're not healed, why would you want to sleep around with other women and poison them? Why would you want to do that? Why would you put those other women at risk?
Because I literally left her at the same place I found her.
That's crazy.
She's in the exact same place where I first found Marissa at.
Yeah, she's struggling now. She's full of trauma. You got her hurting and crying. The same thing that she was going through, you left her in the same place. Wow, that's crazy.
Even worse this time, though.
Even worse this time. Are you ladies taking notes? Have you been in a situation like this where a guy made your situation worse than it was before you met him?
And I'm in the same space where I found her.
Wow.
Even worse this time, though, bro. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like we was just together a whole year, but we were right back to square one. She's back where I found her, and I'm back where she found me.
That's how the devil works. The devil send people your way and bring you down even more.
This is how life works. I guess it was a karmic partner, wasn't a soulmate, twin flame. Something I learned. I learned a lot. I have learned, Heavenly Father. I learned my lesson again.
He said he learned Heavenly Father. This guy is getting religious on us during the live. Wow.
Learned it. One of those things I learned is just one of them, just the tip of the iceberg, is be honest to the person that be honest to a person that really is going to accept that lifestyle.
You said be honest. You were honest, but your lifestyle and your actions wasn't honest. You were living a double life.
I felt in a sense she was kind of trying to hold on to that just because she was trying to hold on to it because like something she needed to hold on at the moment, but she wasn't. The truths I told her, the truth she agreed with, the truth she signed up for. I don't think she was ever gonna mentally and soulfully be prepared and be able to accept that. And even if she was accepted, I feel like I just break her down as the woman she is. Because there's women out there that believe in polygamy. There's women out there that's mindset is already on polygamy. It's kind of different when you try to bring somebody aboard to the lifestyle you live or whatever.
Now, notice what he's doing here. He's calling polygamy a lifestyle, but the lifestyle that he was living is not polygyny. He was a whoremonger male. He just goes out and sleep around with random women. That's not polygamy. You understand? This is the problem. He's using words that he don't live by. Listen, polygyny is about a man having more than one wife, a family man, a man that is building. What has this young man done in terms of family? He didn't wife up the young lady. He didn't make her his wife. So what exactly did he build as polygyny? Where's the children? Why she's not a wife? The other women that he's screwing around with, are they his wives? Where's the agreement? See? He's just all talk at this point.
So I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I hope that helped. I hope Marissa can give her point of view. I hope I tackled everything and made it flamboyant and made it clear. At the end of the day, bro, she's an amazing woman. So for all those hate comments, all them comments y'all do towards that girl, please hold them, bro.
They're not going to hold nothing. They're going to bring more comments to her now. Because now they know that you have a problem with it. That's how the internet works.
That girl showed me something no other woman ever showed.
Well, why you didn't make her a wife? See, this is the contradictions, man. If this woman is that great, why would you not wife her up? Like, what are you doing? You're playing yourself at this point, bro. You're praising her as this great woman, but you didn't even honor her enough to make her your wife, bro. That's sad.
That woman, she took care of a nigga, bro.
But you didn't take care of her, bro. You didn't take care of her. You didn't give her that peace of mind knowing that she's your wife. You didn't give her that honor. You left her dry, bro.
She took care of me. Was I at peace? I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not. But she tried. She tried her ass off, and I tried too. But she tried. She was a soldier, a troop, and she stuck in there. She hung in there. And I'm a difficult nigga to deal with. I'm difficult.
Notice he's confessing that he's a difficult dude to deal with. These are the kind of guys that modern women love. All of you modern women in the clouds that are hiding, don't move too much. We won't know it's you. But you ladies, man, you love guys like that. You love those difficult guys. You love them. And this is why you're always in toxic relationships. This is why nothing seems to work, because you're always dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray all the time.
She stuck in there. Y'all need to respect that girl. I don't care what y'all say. Talking about she 20 this and I'm 19 this. That girl got a good ass heart.
So let me get this straight. She's 20 something and she got with a younger dude, fam. She should have known this was a nightmare to come.
A lot of you bitches need to learn from that. Learn from her.
Wow. Notice how he addressed the women. Interesting. Interesting guy. This guy's a great guy. Great guy.
It's just she just wasn't ready for the present moment me, and I wasn't ready for the present moment her.
So then you really weren't into polygyny. Because if you weren't ready, why are you talking about these particular issues? You just wanted vagina, bro. All he wanted was vagina. That's all he was interested in. That's it.
If one of us was willing to just be ready for that, this wouldn't even happen. And I just know it wouldn't have been me because like she lived that life. You know what I'm saying? I always used to tell her, I'm like, look, you fucked all the people you fucked up, did all the things you did in your 20s. I said, I'm gonna have to do mine. I'm gonna have to live my life too.
Wow.
And she always said, I'm cool and I'm fine with it, but it just hurted me as a person knowing like deep down she wasn't fine with it for real. So running in circles at this point, I'm saying the same thing, man, but it's pretty much all it was, bro.
Was this dude just crying just now? Or he just blowing his nose? I don't know.
I don't get no, it's the best way I could put it. I hope I put it in context the best way. I hope she makes a video or I hope she does something. And one more thing, I didn't cold turkey her. I tried to still be a friend to her through this process. You know, she turned it down, which is understanding. She said she can't be a friend to somebody she's deeply in love with.
Notice that. She said she can't be a friend to somebody she's deeply in love with. But notice in the beginning, he said he was trying to be her friend. You see the difference? Notice how the woman said she's not trying to be his friend. See, the woman is the one that have the real feelings. He just wanted her to be on the team in the rotation of different women that he's screwing around with at this point.
I feel like that's one of the reasons why that video of her crying is out. Because she's just trying to really find a way to detach. And she don't have really no one to talk to, so be gentle on her heart. Be gentle on her. She don't really have nobody to vent to at this moment. So she felt the right thing to do was to vent to everybody else.
Why don't you be that friend that you claimed that you were? Why don't you go call her up and be a friend right now? It's not going to do that.
So be gentle with her heart, man. Try to be there as much as I can as a friend, though, if I can get in contact with her. That's it.
She ain't gonna fall for that friend stuff from you no more because she don't trust you. See, now notice the friend talk that he was talking before, it's not working on her now. She lost respect for him. She don't want to have nothing to do with him right now. She lost respect.
I'm leaving something out. That's why I keep talking, but then again, I feel like I've been talking too long. I admit that I'm scared.
Scared?
I admit I'm scared to be painted as a villain.
What?
My intentions is pure.
He said he's scared to be painted as the villain, but you are the villain. What are you talking about? You're the villain. Based on your side of the story, you know what I mean? Even though I didn't hear what she had to say about you, but the way you explain yourself, you are the villain at this point. You weren't practicing polygyny. You were out there being a whoremonger male. You claim you're being honest, but your life is not innocent. You were not being honest. You were not practicing what you preached. She saw that as a problem and probably called you out on it. You got offended and you decided to leave her, knowing she's vulnerable, knowing she's very emotional. You saw the trauma and the issues she dealt with when you first met her. Why would you put her in a vulnerable situation like that? Another one bites the dust.
I feel like it always happens to me.
Wow.
All the time. I'm just tired of being a bad guy, bro. I got to let y'all know everything. Peace, love, blessings. I'm out.
That's about it. You already done know what it is, fam. So there you have it. There you have it. NLE Choppa explains breakup from Marissa's. Says he didn't feel free. Wow. Anyway, y'all, we gonna get up on out of here, do what we gotta do. So, we're gonna most likely be back on later on. I gotta head on out, do a couple of things. So, yeah, man.
Talk to me.
Y'all take care.
Wine on me, girl.
Ringo.
Love on me.
TV.
Hold on
Reactions.
Me, girl.
You already done know.
Please on me. Hold on me, girl. Love on me.
Yep.
Play with me, girl. Missing you, baby. You know. Holding me, baby. You know. My baby. You know. My baby. You know. Loving you. Baby, me think about you. Honey, me missing you. Baby, me wanting you tonight. Loving you, baby, me think about you. Honey, me missing you. Baby, me wanting you tonight.
Give a few shout outs. Shout out to Peter for the 5 on the Cash App. Mookie for the $2 on the Cash App. Shout out to V Dubman for the 25. Corey for the 15. Shout out to Gilliam for the 5. Seth for the 10. Steve for the 20. Mookie for the $1. Appreciate your support. All right, y'all. Y'all already done know what it is. Ringo TV Reactions. I'll catch you in the next stream. We out, fam. Peace. Y'all be safe out there. Shout out to all the mods in the building. All the people in the clouds. Trying to think what I'm going to do later on. I'm about to head on out. That's about it, y'all. Y'all take care. Ringo TV Reactions. Best reactionary channel on YouTube. Catch you in the next video. We out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.